Shalom, good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem, and in today's top stories. Jerusalem approves plans for expanding the military ground maneuver in the Gazan border town of Rafah. Israel rejects a Hamas counter-proposal to a U.S. proposed hostage release outline, dubbing it as delusional. U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer blatantly calls for a government change in Jerusalem, essentially warning that if the Israeli public does not comply, the U.S. may consider using its leverage over Israel to force the Biden administration's disbarred policy upon Jerusalem. Jerusalem has rejected a delusional counteroffer by Hamas to the U.S. proposed outline that was crafted in Paris for a limited cessation of hostilities in exchange for the release of a number of hostages. During a war cabinet meeting earlier today, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu referred to that demand laid out by the Islamist terror group Hamas as absurd. Separately, the war cabinet approved an IDF plan of operation to enter the southern Gaza town of Rafah. According to a statement by the Prime Minister's office, the IDF is prepared for the operation and to evacuate the population. It is important to know that the approved plans for expanding the IDF's ground offensive into Rafah have been reportedly approved by the Biden administration as well, and Cairo has received notice of the expected ground maneuver, which is set to include heavy military equipment along the border area between Israel and Egypt. Meanwhile, prior to the war cabinet meeting, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visited the IDF Ophel base, where he met with commanders and soldiers from the 636th Field Intelligence Unit, which has been instrumental in directing the combat forces in the battlefield throughout the Gaza Strip.
ההתפתחות של העבודה שלכם היא מאוד מרשימה, והיא מאוד מסייעת לכוחות הלוחמים, והיא פוגעת באויב. אתם בעצם העיניים של הכוח הלוחם, וזה נותן יתרון עצום. אני רוצה קודם כל להודות לכם, להודות לך המפקד, ולכם, ולכן, על העבודה החשובה.
It is important to know that members of the Field Intelligence Unit under Southern Command have been struck severely during the deadly onslaught of the Islamist Hamas on October 7th, including a group of female soldiers that was taken captive and has been in Hamas captivity for the past 161 days.
החברות שלכם עדיין יושבות בשבי החמאס. אנחנו עושים הכל כדי להוציא אותם ואת יתר החטופים. זו משימה קדושה, וגם המשימה שאתם עושים היא קדושה. אנחנו נחושים לנצח, להשיג את הניצחון המוחלט.
Despite mounting international pressure, seeking to frustrate Jerusalem's unrelenting resolve to achieve victory over Hamas by eradicating the final 4 terror battalions in the border town of Rafah, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reiterated that Israel will complete the objectives of eradicating the abhorrent Hamas.
בשעה שאתם וצה"ל נערכים להמשך הלחימה, יש לחצים בינלאומיים בעצם למנוע מאיתנו מלהיכנס לרפיח ולהשלים את המלאכה. כראש ממשלת ישראל אני עודף את הלחצים האלה. אנחנו עושים את זה בהצלחה כבר 5 חודשים, זה זמן שיא בתולדות מלחמות ישראל. אני אמשיך להדוף את הלחצים, אנחנו ניכנס לרפיח, אנחנו נשלים את חיסול יתר גדודי החמאס, אנחנו נחזיר את הביטחון ואנחנו נביא את הניצחון המוחלט לעם ישראל ולמדינת ישראל. ואני רוצה להודות לכם על חלקכם החשוב במעשה הזה. אז תודה רבה לכם, תמשיכו להסתכל, להתקיף, לפגוע.
Meanwhile, tensions between Washington and Jerusalem are seemingly on the rise and increasingly on public display. After voiced criticism by President Joe Biden during his State of the Union address, and Senator Mark Warner, who serves as chairman of the Senate Committee on Intelligence, U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has taken criticism against the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his government in Jerusalem one step further by blatantly suggesting that the United States should use its leverage against Israel to force Jerusalem to adopt the policies and will of the Democratic Party. Majority Leader Schumer began his speech by highlighting his conviction and that of the Biden administration that the only viable way to realize tangible peace in the Middle East, irrespective of facts on the ground, would be to advocate a two-state solution.
I believe that to achieve that lasting peace, which we so long for, Israel must make some significant course corrections, which I will outline in this speech. I urge every actor at the table, the Israelis, the Biden administration, the Qataris, the Egyptians, and anybody else at the table, to continue doing everything possible to get a deal. Hamas has been given a deal already. They should say yes. It is no time to waste.
Schumer went on to address reality, in which neither the majority of Israelis nor the majority of Palestinians are actually keen on realizing a two-state solution, with the former constituting a dramatic shift in Israeli society, that is, following the atrocities committed by Gazan Palestinians on October 7th.
And now, as a result of those inflamed tensions in both Israeli and Palestinian communities, people on all sides of this war are turning away from a two-state solution, including Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who in recent weeks has said out loud repeatedly what many have long suspected, by outright rejecting the idea of Palestinian statehood and sovereignty. As the highest-ranking Jewish elected official in our government, and as a staunch defender of Israel, I rise today to say unequivocally, this is a grave mistake for Israel, for Palestinians, for the region, and for the world.
The unprecedented remarks by any senior official against an elected leader of an ally nation that is embroiled in war was subsequently made when the Senate's Majority Leader Schumer essentially called on the Israeli public to oust Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his government, and warned of dire consequences if the Jerusalem leadership would remain in office following the war.
If Prime Minister Netanyahu's current coalition remains in power after the war begins to wind down and continues to pursue dangerous and inflammatory policies that test existing U.S. standards for assistance, then the United States will have no choice but to play a more active role in shaping Israeli policy by using our leverage to change the present course.
Schumer went on to criticize the leadership of the Western-funded Palestinian Authority, which the Biden administration hopes would assume civilian control over the Gaza Strip after the war comes to an end.
Quite frankly, I haven't heard enough Palestinian leaders express anguish about Hamas and other extreme elements of Palestinian society. I implore them to speak up now, even when it may be hardest, because that is the only true way to honor the lives of all those lost, by transcending the enmity and bloodshed and working together in good faith for a better future.
Meanwhile, in response to Schumer's unprecedented call for a regime change in Israel, a position which the Biden administration has even avoided vis-à-vis the Ayatollah regime in Tehran, as well as in Russia, North Korea, or China for that matter, U.S. State Department spokesman Matthew Miller tried to distance the administration from Schumer's remarks.
No, obviously Congress is an independent branch of government. I think the government of Israel understands quite well how the U.S. government works. They interact frequently, not just with members of the executive branch, but with members of Congress, including Senator Schumer, who has traveled to Israel a number of times over the years. And I'm sure that they fully understand that he speaks for himself. He's obviously someone we're in close contact with, but it's not a statement from the executive branch.
Meanwhile, at the U.S. Department of Defense, Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh emphasized that right now, the department's priorities still continue to be supportive of Israel in its fight against the terrorist organization Hamas.
So right now, the department's priorities still continue to be supporting Israel in its fight against the terrorist organization Hamas. So that does include security assistance, and that is through FMF and FMS. But as you are seeing, this department is working around the clock to also provide humanitarian aid to Palestinians in Gaza, whether that be through aid drops. And I think I want to say we had our 10th one this morning. And then, of course, the floating pier that we will be setting up that will be off the coast of Gaza that will be able to get, whether it be meals, water, whatever else the people need, be able to flow that into to Gaza at a more regular rate.
Singh further noted that the U.S.-led efforts to erect an amphibian pier along the coast of Gaza to facilitate a maritime corridor includes extensive discussions with U.S. partners and allies for the transfer of goods, alongside coordination with the IDF, which the Biden administration expects to provide security for the pier and the incoming foreign vessels delivering aid.
We are in of course, communication with the IDF, with other partners in the region on what aid distribution would look like, what security around this floating pier would look like.
Thank you for watching TV7 Israel News. It is important to highlight that TV7 Israel is a donation-based nonprofit ministry with all of our productions available free of charge. Therefore, we would deeply appreciate it if you're blessed by our productions, of course, if you would consider making a donation. You can do so by visiting our website at www.tv7israelnews.com. Separately, I'd like to encourage you, pray for the peace of Jerusalem and salvation of Israel. I'm Jonathan Hessen, wishing you a Shabbat Shalom u'Mevorach. God willing, we'll see you during our upcoming TV7 Israel updates. Until then, Shalom from Jerusalem.